Goddess gang? It's your girl, the Native Goddess, and I am back at you with another video. As you see by the title and as you see by the thumbnail, I am doing a video based on safety equipment and emergency tools you should want to keep on you or consider to keep on you. Now, before I start this video, make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe to the channel and turn on your post notifications so you do not miss a single upload from your girl, the Native Goddess. And before we start this video, make sure you have a notepad so you can take down some good equipment to keep for yourself. And also be sure to leave some good tips for yourself or for others from yourself. But yes, let's get started. Alright, so the first thing I have on my list is I have a taser. A taser can come in handy for those places that you may not be able to carry a weapon, like an actual weapon. You can carry a taser in like the grocery store. You can carry the taser in, public places, because a taser is not like a bodily harming object. You can tase somebody and they'll be paralyzed for like a little bit, but they'll be all right. A taser. The next thing is pepper spray. Now, pepper spray, you can also carry that around with you publicly, and pepper spray, it just does harm to the eyes. If you're a person that really feel like pepper spray isn't enough, there always are other options, but I'm going to just stick to pepper spray because pepper spray is another thing to keep on with you. You never know with, like, what if a dog or something run up on you? And if you're a person that's scared of dogs and you feel like a taser won't do nothing for you, you can use that pepper spray. And you can spray them right in the eye, and it'll stun them in a way that will keep them either from not attacking you or just, it'll just keep them from not attacking you because they got sprayed in the eye with some foreign liquid and it's burning their eyes. So the next thing I have is a gun. Now, not everybody is a very big fan of a gun. But as you all know, the world that we live in now is pertaining to majority of everybody is getting a gun. And I'm not really sure if this is really how it happens, if this is the law that really was passed, that you have the right to carry a gun without having a license. But in my opinion, I really feel like you should want to get a license just to keep yourself from being in any trouble that you may have. Let's just say if that gun had to be used, God forbid, but if that gun had to be used, get yourself some tools that keep you from getting in trouble if it had to be used. Because sometimes they say that, oh, you don't need a license. But then they'll probably backdoor and be like, well, you don't have a license, So you just never know in life. So I feel like if you're going to have a gun, try to get you a license. Look into having one to carry. That way, if you can carry it, you can carry it comfortably. But most places don't allow guns. So a gun it's really supposed to be stored away. So when you have a gun, be mindful of when to use it and why to use it. Don't just be using a gun to use it, because they're very dangerous, as we all know, and they're not always necessary in situations. Next thing I have is a pocket knife. Now, having you a good pocket knife doesn't go wrong. It doesn't cause any harm to have you a good pocket knife. I feel like if you're going to have it, you can't take it in most places, but since it's so small, you can take it with you in most places. Like, you can't take it in the airport for sure. But if you're going to somewhere that's like, in a new environment and you're by yourself, keep you a pocket knife on you, especially if you don't want to use a taser, pepper spray, or a gun. Keep you a pocket knife because you never know. And a pocket knife does not have to always be used for self-defense. It can be used for, like, if you need to cut something open or if you need to cut a seatbelt off somebody. It can always be used for different things. So, a pocket knife. Okay, so I feel like this is considered as both a safety and emergency. I feel like a cell phone and its charger. Now, a cell phone, you should not want to leave the house without your cell phone. You should want to have your cell phone with you at all times because you just never know when you're going to need to use that phone. And also your charger. And not just a charger, but a carport charger and the actual adapter plug into the wall charger. You want to have all that with you, or just buy you a separate pack of it so you can have that with you as travel so you don't have to disturb the ones at home. But keeping your cell phone you at all times is a big necessity, because especially if you got a GPS tracker on it and someone, one of your loved ones may have your GPS or your location, it'll be helpful for them to be able to find you in a time of need or a time of emergency. You never really know when you would need your cell phone. So always be mindful to keep it charged, keep your phone charged. If you're about to leave the house and you have to get ready, charge your phone before you leave the house, so that way when you're ready to go, your phone is charged and you don't have to worry about your battery dying no time soon. Now the next thing is a glass breaker. For those who may not know what a glass breaker is a tool that you can use to break glass, considered as a window or something, or anything that may need to be broken with it. That's glass, like made of glass, obviously. So a glass breaker can be used for a lot of things. It doesn't just have to be used in your personal emergency. It could be used for another personal emergency. Y'all ever seen how those videos of those people, or people who may have a seizure behind the wheel, or they may find, you might see somebody that's in the time of need of that tool and you just so happen to have it. So a tool breaker to break the window, a window breaker to break it, you could be able to get that person out, because I've seen a video where a person was not able to get saved so quickly because nobody had a tool to break it. So keep that on you. You just never know. You just never know when you may need these tools. This is not really considered as a tool, but it could be a secret weapon if you want to say that. Having some defense skills, like defense moves, that's another thing. Like whenever, you can't just look at somebody and be like, oh, they can't do this or they can't do that. You never know a person's ability until you try them. So if you don't have any of these other tools, if you have a fragment of these tools, but if you do have self-defense like MMA or boxing, or you just know how to physically protect yourself, that's great. Because sometimes when you don't have these weapons on you or you don't have these tools around you, sometimes you have to revert to using physical defense. And like if someone's maybe choking you or trying to physically harm you, doing something, you could find ways like poking the eyes or hitting the throat or temples, those things to keep you from being taken advantage of in a situation where you're fighting for your life. So I say defense tools, as in a defense moves as a tool or as a safety tool or a safety secret weapon. So another thing I also said was a notebook with loved ones' numbers. Now let's say if you forgot your phone or your phone battery died and you forgot a charger. The scenario is, you have a small notebook with everybody's number that you are, if you say you needed that number in a time of need for that time, you will have it instead of having to feel like, well, damn, I don't know nobody's number. I don't have nobody's number to call. All you gotta do is pull out your little book and I have their number. Because you just never know when you may need somebody's number, and you never know if you may forget your charger. Things happen, life happens. So that book could possibly be a good tool to have everybody's number, especially if you're a younger child watching. If you're a younger child and you're going somewhere and your phone so happens to die, you'll have like a little book of your loved one's number. It don't have to be just for a child. You'll have a book of your loved one's number. So I said a notebook with the loved one's number. It doesn't have to be family. It could be friends. It could be anybody that you know that if you ever needed them for a time of need, you can call them. The next thing I have is a first aid kit. First aid kits come in handy because we as humans make mistakes and do things that might get a finger cut, get a little boo boo, or a little scar, a little burn, or whatever the case may be. Because it's crazy how much we can do things to ourselves without even trying. So a first aid kit, it comes with all the necessities like the alcoholic wipes, or it should be cool. I think it'd be cool if they come out with some peroxide wipes. If they have those, y'all, I'm gonna see if they have those. That'll be pretty cool because I know they just got alcohol wipes, but some peroxide wipes, alcohol wipes, band-aids, gauzes, some Neosporin, some Q-tips. Everything that a first aid kit should have. But if you can't find a first aid kit that has everything you want, make your own. Make your own first aid kit. You can also put some needle and thread in there because you just never know when you might need to sew something up to go to the emergency room to get it professionally sewn. You just never know, y'all. So a first aid kit. The next thing I have is a car jumper cable. Now, they make the jumper cables where it already has a battery attached to it, and all you have to do is just put the battery on. Turn the battery on and hook it up to the car, and it charges itself to charge your car instead of having to wait till somebody come. Because what if you're on the side of the highway, now you gotta call somebody and be like, hey, yeah, I'm on the side of the highway, my battery died. Can you come and jump me? Or you gotta pull somebody over there, a random person that you don't know, pull them over to give them a jumper. Some people are very kind and would do it, but you just never, just gotta be careful with those kind of things. So it'll be great to also just get one that has its own ability to jump your car itself. instead of having to do it car to car. So jumper cables. And the very last thing, y'all, gonna be a tire changing tool, or a, however you say it. I'm gonna just say tire changing tools. You know, the jack to change a tire, the tools to change a tire, and everything that you may need to change a tire. That'd be good to have in your own car, so that way, if your tire goes flat on the side of the road, you'll be able to do it yourself. You won't have to call nobody. You won't have to pull nobody over, because, as I said, this video is based upon safety tools and equipment to keep for yourself, or consider to keep for yourself. So a tire jack tool to change your tires is a great tool to have, so you don't have to deal with pulling people over on the side of the road or calling anybody. I'm going to make a quick run through of everything that I made on my list. So the last things that I have are, I said a taser, I said a pepper spray, gun, knife, cell phone, a window breaker, defense moves, hiya, notebook with loved ones' names, a first aid kit, a car jumper cable, and a tire changing kit. But you guys, that was all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I also hope you took something from this video, because you never know in the world when you might need these tools, or need some of the tools that you also may feel that's necessary. And if you do have any things that you feel that are necessary and I did not mention them in my video, please be sure to leave them in a comment, because everybody's opinions matter when it comes to something that they feel that is safety wise and a great tool to use in a matter of need. So like I said, thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying the video. If you did, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications so you don't miss a single upload. Share this video because this is very useful. And until next time, bye.